Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, and if you are new, welcome to my channel. I am Jamie Beth. Today we're going to talk about palettes that have been on my wish list but aren't necessarily new palettes. So these are kind of old palettes that are on my current wish list, and I want to tell you guys about them. So the first one that I want to talk about is a palette by a company called Colored Rain. Now I do want to try some more indie brand type of makeup because I just I want to try it. There are so many wonderful brands out there that we haven't quite fully discovered, that I want to try their makeup and put their names out there and, you know, just keep playing and dabbling, because I know, you know, I want to give some of these indie brands some love. So the first one I'm going to talk about is Colored Rain, and the specific palettes that I want to talk about is one, the Queen of Hearts. What really drew me to this palette are those purple shades. I just think they're so beautiful and I can't wait to try this. And what I like about this palette, that I like about many of my palettes, is that you can go from a day to night look with just one palette. It isn't just like a colorful palette. It isn't just a neutrals palette. It isn't just one type of tone in the palette. There are multiple tones. There's shimmers, there's mattes. There's a lot of different shades here that you can create multiple looks. So I like the versatility that comes with this palette. Now this palette runs $42 and it's been on my wish list for quite some time. I do know many people that have this palette and absolutely love it. Amongst other Colored Rain products, they just love the brand. So I'm really excited to one day own this palette. I will own it one day and we'll be able to get to play with it. And the next palette that I'm going to talk about is another Colored Rain palette, and this one is called Smoke Show. And what drew me to this palette are the smoky colors. So it has some really deep, vibrant, like neutral shades in here that I just think will create a beautiful look. I mean, it's not like super different and super exciting, but every time I see it, my eyes are just drawn to those deep, rich colors, and I can't wait to play with this. This has been on my wish list again for a while. This palette runs about $25, and if I were to choose one or the other, I try to not spend a whole lot of money each month on makeup. I do have a limit that I spend each month, so I probably will end up buying this one first just because it is cheaper. The next one that I want to talk about is this one here. This is the Juvia's Place Walhalla palette. Now they've already come out with a Walhalla 2 palette, and I don't know, I'm not as drawn to that one as I am to this one. That row of blues just like has my eye. And I like playing with colors now. I don't know what it is. I just like playing and having more colorful eyes, especially when I'm sitting here doing my makeup in front of you guys. I want more vibrant colors than just my old like nudie looks that I normally do. But I do love like those purples on the other end. Really, I just, you know, purple is my all-time favorite color. I love purple. I just love those two shades. They just look like they're going to be a lot of fun and very vibrant on the eye. And Juvia's Place makes some really good quality eyeshadows. I've never had an eyeshadow palette that I did not like from Juvia's Place. I really have loved everything that they have to offer, and I'm really excited about this palette. Now this palette runs $36, so I don't think that's a very bad or a high priced palette. The next one I want to tell you guys about is this one, or the next one I want to show you guys is this one. This is the Melt Cosmetic Smoke Sessions palette. Now Melt Cosmetics, you know, has had quite a few really beautiful releases, and this one though just has caught my eye and just has stuck with me. So every time I go to check out their stuff, this is the palette that I go to, and mainly because of those greens on the ends. Like, they are just gorgeous, and I can just picture myself doing multiple looks with this palette. Now this palette runs about $48, and that's one of the reasons why I haven't quite purchased it yet. Anytime a palette is more than like $30, I'm always hesitant in buying it, and I don't know why. I should just splurge. because I don't spend a whole lot of money, and as long as I'm within my budget each month, it should be okay. But I just can't bring myself to always make those splurges on palettes that are almost 50 bucks. I just, you know, there's so many other makeup products that aren't as expensive that I think just perform well, and I haven't used up those products yet to be spending $50 more on something that I probably won't use every single day. I don't know. I think I just kind of psych myself out, and then it ends up sitting there on my wish list forever and ever and ever. The next palette that I want to talk to you guys, this is another indie brand. I notice I have a lot of indie brands on here. Colored Rain, Juvia's Place, Melt Cosmetics. The next one is JD Glow Cosmetics, and they do a lot of single shades. They don't really have palettes. You can create palettes, but they have a lot of single shades, and I just love them. Love them. And every time I look at them, they're just so beautiful. Now these single shadows run about $7.50 each, so they are a little bit higher price. So I definitely will be purchasing some in the future. I just gotta figure out which ones I want the most. The next palette I want to talk to you guys about is this one. It's the Norvina palette, and what I love about this palette are the purples. I mean, that's totally 100% what drew me to the palette is its purples, and I love purple. It's my favorite color. I love everything about it, and I just think these are really pretty, subtle, like purple shades, and every time I look at it, I want to like throw it in my cart and buy it and be done and be happy. But I'm always like, I stop, and I don't know why I stop, because this is truly a gorgeous palette. This one runs about $42, and that's probably why, because it's over 40 bucks. So I always stop anytime a palette is over $30, and that definitely falls in that category. So the next one I want to talk to you guys about it, and I know a lot of people who have this, is the Jaclyn Hill 2 palette. And what drew me to this palette is those nudes up top, and then you go into some colors. You got those beautiful, that yellow, and then gold shimmer, and then you have those pinks and purples at the bottom, and I really love those pinks and purples. Priced fine, it's $39. I mean, it's not an overly expensive palette. I do own her first palette, and I did get it right when it first launched. I was lucky enough to get my hands on it when it first launched, and then I heard how the formulation of that palette might have changed, and then the same thing with this palette, and that is what has kept me from purchasing it, that people are finding that it was different palettes had different formulations, and it isn't all the same, and some of it was crappy, some of it was good, and I'm like, oh, I'm going to spend $39, and what if I hate it? I do see myself purchasing a lot of these palettes on this list at some point this year. Like I said, again, I do give myself a budget, and I try never to go over that budget, and I'm trying to use up the makeup that I currently have, which is why a lot of these products remain on this list, is because I am trying to use up the stuff that I already have. I do have a huge makeup collection, and I don't want my makeup to go bad. I mean, that's the only reason why I'm not trying not to buy new stuff, is I don't want the stuff that I currently have go bad. That is my video for today. I hope you enjoyed looking at the palettes that are currently on my wish list. If you did enjoy the video, give it a thumbs up, and remember to hit that subscribe button down below if you haven't already, as well as the notification bell next to it to be notified of all of my upcoming videos. Thank you so much, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.